Here we go.
Okay, let's try that again.
We'll try again. Actually, we're just going to reintroduce the whole thing again, 'cause that whole take is very funny.
Of course we are.
The whole
This
take
is what happens.
every time. This is our livelihood. Every time. It wouldn't be a real podcast episode if something silly didn't happen.
Nope.
It wouldn't be our show anyway. All right, everyone is here again. We'll just restart the introduction because I don't even like that take anyway. Here we go again. Kalli, you can introduce the show since I asked it.
Okay.
Because I made it up.
So, welcome to The Truth Runs Deep, a podcast about things SBU, organized crime, and fic writing, and basically whatever is going on in our lives. I'm Kalli.
And I'm Terryn. And today we are joined by our special friend. We have a guest today that we've been trying to plan this for weeks, but it hasn't happened. But today is the day. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Steph.
Ooh.
Yay!
Steph is also our beta reader most of the time.
Yeah.
That is very true. I read a lot of your stuff before it was published, and every time I'm like, it's even more better and chaotic after you've published it than it was when I read it.
Yeah, we're like, let's go add a little bit more to that. We'll put that in. We will talk about figuring at the end. So we'll come back to our recent work that hasn't been published, but our recent work later. So I didn't write a list about anything. Kalli kind of wrote a list. Listen, whatever happens, happens. So here we go. What's on our Kalli? What are we talking about first?
Okay, so there isn't really any SBU stuff going on right now. Just more like cast stuff.
We didn't really talk about the new showrunner. We didn't talk about that. We haven't made an episode since then. That's the only thing that we have SBU related.
Okay, yeah. First things first, we have a new showrunner. David Grazzino, I think is how you say his name.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
And he posted a picture of like all the writers in like one of the courtroom sets starting to write season 24.
Ooh, oh boy!
Yay!
It's such a long wait.
I know, it's going to be such a long wait.
It's such a long wait. So that's kind of exciting. We'll see what's going up with our shows. Maybe we'll have more information by August. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, apparently he like worked on OC before, I think, possibly. And now he's on SBU. But anyway, he's got like a whole lot of experience. So hopefully, and Warren likes him, so, you know.
There's a lot of things on the rumor mill, so no one knows.
So much rumors.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like everything we have right now is kind of rumors and speculation. There isn't any real information.
Like the season ending, we're like, all right, what do we need right now? We need a resolution. Or like, you gotta wait 4 months, y'all. Or like,
yeah, one of the rumors is like the show picks back up like right after that scene. Which, oh my god, I don't know how I'm able to handle that.
Just cry
my god.
We'll get to that in a second because we're gonna review the episode. We're gonna talk about some high points in the episode that we needed to talk about. Again, it's been a minute. I should have watched it again, but I didn't. But for right now anyway. So that is very exciting. We're looking. Hopefully, if that's true, that'll be really something. I don't know. Who knows? What direction is it even going? We'll get there in a minute.
No idea. Yeah. So that's the SBU news. A lot of the other stuff I had is like cast stuff. Tomorrow is the Tony Awards.
Yes.
For people who don't know what it is, it's basically the Oscars of musical theater. It's like the biggest award night in musical theater. And I only bring this up because Raoul is presenting something, and it's been like 10 years or something since he's been at the Tony Awards.
Yeah.
I think it might even be more than that, because I think the last time was probably Company, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was like 2006 or 7, something like that.
Yeah, Company did not win Tony.
So he's one of the presenters, which means we get high definition footage of him again.
Yes. Yeah.
But also, and I'm calling this now, I think if they're going to have him present anything, I feel like it's going to be the Company revival that's nominated for Best Revival.
Yeah.
because he was in the 2006 revival.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that
So good.
connection. Which also kind of, I don't know, like, the American Theater Association is probably like, you know the show, you can present it. And the rest of us are like, you should have won for that. But,
You
you
should have
know, we're all
won.
gonna
Being
be
alive
salty.
will have you shook.
I still cannot believe we live in a world where he didn't win.
No,
that
for
show.
being
He's been
alive,
nominated.
like, what are they saying? Like, it's so good.
He has been nominated 4 times.
Yeah,
I know.
Nothing. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, a Tony Award isn't, like, the end-all be-all.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of amazing actors and actresses who still haven't won a Tony or didn't win a Tony in their career. But I want him to get one so bad.
Really
Exactly.
do.
I like to use this as like a personal analogy, but one of my favorite actresses, Stephanie J. Block, was nominated like 3 times, and she won on her 3rd nomination, and it was like years after her first 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, she finally got it. And I'm like, I like to hold that, like, feeling for maybe whenever Raoul comes back to Broadway, it will be the time.
Yes.
Because man needs to come back to
pennies.
Broadway. Man needs to get a Tony.
We'll save up our pennies to go to Broadway.
Yeah, we very much will.
Yeah, I mean, Steph is the farthest, and then you're the closest.
I
like
am the closest. I will drive. I will go. I will jump on a train and go see Raoul if he goes back to Broadway.
We should save up my money and stop. I'm gonna stop buying things on Amazon. Just get my properties.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be there to present for company.
Yes,
but, you know, just having
this is kind of the same topic of high definition photos, but those ones from the Candy premiere.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yes, this means we might get him on the red carpet.
Please.
Also, after miscast, I want, like, his reactions to the Tony Award stuff, because oh my gosh, his miscast reactions were the best.
They really were.
They were. It was so
He's
good.
like, we got like half of him being like supportive theater dad, and the other half was him like freaking out over Audra McDonald and Kelly O'Hara, and rightfully so.
So
because like, who wouldn't freak out over that combination? That, you know.
Yeah.
So
like,
good.
yeah. Okay, so that's the rule thing.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Danielle is currently doing her one-woman show in Sacramento right now. It's called 3 Black Girl Blues. She's been working on the show for quite some time now, and now she's finally getting to be able to perform it. Because, like Raoul, she had theater roots before she went on any TV show. And she's returning to, like, the theater that first started any of her acting. And she says it's like a very personal piece to her. So I'm just happy for her, and I hope the show is going very well. Steph, that is the closest to you, because you live you live out there, right?
Yep.
You should go investigate for us.
I know.
I'm like looking it up right now.
Oh, she really would do it for us. I'm like, please. We're desperate.
Yeah, so she plays 3 different characters, and it's all her, and if I lived there, I would go, but...
I'm like, nobody comes to Alabama.
I'm like looking it up right now.
Yeah, nobody comes to Alabama, so, you know. Like,
yeah.
They're like the city, like the big city with like the like not the auditorium, the like concert place. Oh, what am I trying to say? I don't know. The stadium like is like an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live though. So like when people do shows, it's not near exactly close to me. Or they go to Atlanta, which is like 2 hours.
Yeah, sometimes it is close to me, sometimes it isn't. It depends. Like, you know, what city you're talking about.
Yes. Yep. What else we have talked about?
The only other thing I had was small, but like apparently Ainsley's at a Halsey concert.
Oh yes, I sent you the picture. I sent you a picture. I was
like,
love him so
I
much.
wonder if they know that like every time they literally post like one picture, collective like sides of the fandom all freak out.
You know, the three of us especially. I'd be like, please, have you seen this picture? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is so true.
It gives me so much serotonin.
It really does. I need more of Jet and just Ainsley's crap
Please.
so much.
Please. You love that so much.
Yeah, because like on her Instagram the other day, she's literally like in a bus, and I'm like, "Where are you going?"
That was
she's
like today.
Halsey.
That was today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, where is she going? She's so cool.
Yeah, no, like
we strive to be
cool people go to Halsey concerts, and Ainsley is one of them.
Yes, definitely. I've never been to a concert, sad.
This might date me, but my first concert was the Jonas Brothers.
You're not dating that. You're not that much older than me.
Dating yourself by saying that though.
You are not that much older than me.
They had a Kim Possible reunion on Good Morning America the other day because the show was celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Oh, it's
I'm 23.
It's as old as I am. I didn't even realize that. I remember watching it as a kid, but then you're like, I sound old. Like I'm in a play. Well, like, I don't know if you know that or not, but I'm in a play, and like, a lot of the kids who are also cast are like high schoolers and middle schoolers. I'm like, man, I'm really aging myself. There's like super older adults because it's a play that it's Treasure Island, so there's people who are like pirates. So there's like older adult men being pirates, and then there's like us, the younger cast, and there's like the youngest person's like 9. And then there's like me who's like 20, and then there's like adults, and it's like, you guys make me seem so old.
Yeah, my students, I tell them I'm 23, and they say I look 15. So,
pubescent, you know.
I know, right?
Maybe we'll just age beautifully. You know?
Hopefully.
That's what I tell. I have good genes for aging beautifully. Anyway, what else?
That is all the cast stuff I had.
Yeah, that's all we got. Nothing's really happened, you know? I mean, it's probably good for everyone to get a break, relax, you know, have fun in the summer. I just don't have anything to do with my time.
No, you'll both probably just end up seeing me scream on Twitter about the Tony Awards tomorrow, but you know.
Probably because like we all know how much you love theater.
Yes, it is my thing.
You know all the theater.
I've been spending the day trying to like gain as much information about the shows before I get like more information tomorrow, but
yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that was all the cast stuff.
Yeah, we literally have no list after this.
Nope.
It is hope for the best.
This is just
okay. We literally have a very detailed list of things that we do when we record. We'll do like, we'll make like little sections and be like introduction stuff, storytelling, cast news, and then we're like episode review.
Today we have
whatever else happened, fan fiction writing. Bye. Whatever else happens, who knows?
Did we want to talk about our prediction first, or
yeah? Let's go ahead and let's do some predictions, and then we'll kind of like do Barson talk and other things when we get around. Yeah. So predictions. What do you have?
Well, did we want to talk about how we crazily almost predicted the finale?
We did. So, did we write that in like November? Or when did we write that?
We wrote this idea back in November 2021 when we were
writing. It was a while ago.
Cocoon of Love and Respect.
We did. We can go back and write some stuff. We got so hooked on writing this other story that we haven't put it down.
Yep. We like taking ideas that we wanted from our other stories and just put it in this one. Yeah. Anyway, so this idea we wrote back in November of 2021 because I checked. And we said that we wanted to write a DV case where Rafa stands up for the woman and helps her realize what's happening to her isn't okay. Season finale. Raphael defends a domestic violence victim and is like, this isn't okay, and gives her the defense that she needs
Mm-hmm.
2021 people
Yeah.
like
Predictions. Like we can keep predict. If we're on this roll where we predict things, maybe we'll predict something correct next soon. We're on a roll here. We predicted a
musical
couple.
episode in Barson canon. That's what I'm
If we
predicting.
can,
Yes.
please, we'll write it for them. Like we'll pick the songs and everything. Like
Yeah, literally. You want music? I will give it to you.
yeah,
You have like theater people at your discretion.
yes,
You can do it.
yeah. Like it's not that hard. Please, we need somebody to sing a song because no one's ever sang a song ever. I can't think of anyone who sang a song.
Amanda did once.
Amanda did once. But like, and no one else has sang a song in the episode that I can remember. But there's like too many episodes to remember, so you know,
Yeah.
could be wrong. But okay, so I guess our predictions are like actual predictions instead of our goofy ones. But like, yeah, we have some good ideas in our head. So yeah, I have no notes. I have no nothing. We're just going off what's over my brain today.
I have like no OC one because it feels like OC they kind of like wrapped up the season.
They did. They wrapped up every like plot point they had.
Well,
they were like most of them are
the only thing that we have is that
oh yeah,
I don't know. Ayana and Denise need to freaking something. Like
yeah, that
please.
was the one part they did not wrap up.
Yeah, I was like, but this whole time we made it through SVU did not have a total complete meltdown. Then we got to the end of OC and it was just like, never mind. You broke. I was like, how my heart is gonna be broken.
The show that broke me was not the one that I thought was gonna break me.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait a second.
Me neither.
I know I was not prepared.
My only prediction is maybe because it's like a family issue, maybe the Mariska will have her husband go on OC.
Mm-hmm.
For it.
That would be fun.
Also,
I'd love to see Trevor like
they literally like they give like on SVU they give like their characters like centric episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be an Ayana centric episode. You do not need to focus on Elliot if you're going to talk about the fact that Ayana is dealing with this in her marriage.
Yeah, but like OC does it. It was written like in the formula of OC poorly from the beginning that they focus on Elliot too much, and pulling away from that would mess them up.
Well, honestly, we did it. We did it pretty successfely.
We did it.
I feel like they
could. They could.
Yeah, we did it. You need ideas. We got them.
We did. You wrote them like made everywhere. Like we just removed him entirely from the problem and just was like, you know what, y'all have fun.
So I need Belloc to make up, or like just like more storyline about that, and we needed the Jalakai first date.
Yes, please. We have like so many ideas for that in our heads.
Many.
We said laser tag. We were gonna write that in a fic. We haven't done it yet, but it was like laser tag. It's something I said out loud, and you were like,
"Oh my gosh, that would be perfect."
So fun.
Texted her back in all caps. They're like, "We are doing that."
Please, they're so competitively funny. I think it would be hilarious.
It would. And then I came up with one of the musical ideas because I just think it's very. This one that I picked is very them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read that to find out. So that's the OC predictions. I have no freaking storyline for predictions.
They wrapped them all up for the most part. There's literally nothing I can think of for them. I'm like, can't think of anything.
SVU.
We have plenty of those.
What we want is that they make up.
Yeah.
But we left it literally like Olivia sitting in Ferlini's by herself. Like, if they pick up, the only thing I can do, like, think of is maybe she, like, leaves the bar to go find him.
Yeah, I would cry. I would
cry.
Bloody tears everywhere. Just be uncontrollable sobbing. And I'll be back in my dorm room by that time, too.
Yeah, if we want to be, like, actual, like, prediction, right now I got none.
Yeah.
There's a rumor going on that we're getting a trio crossover for the premieres.
Yeah. So nothing. I don't think they'll handle that story. Either that. Those are the two things that are speculated right now.
Yeah.
Like, fine if we get the actual crossovers and give me the Ainsley Kelly stuff that we got robbed of.
We did. We were robbed.
We were so excited, and they were like, plans
we
changed.
talk about it in like the episode before that when we were like, I'm excited, woo, and then they're like, never mind.
Nope.
Yeah, so that was fun. But we have friends. But who knows? Either one of those things could be true. But we'll have to see till we closer to the time.
Yeah, I feel like a trio crossover would be so much fun.
It would be really fun. But
it would be, but how
I don't
would
think I
you
want. Yeah, what storyline would they have to tell to go from any kind of long, like regular, whatever case, whatever, to making it so they have to involve SVU to also involve organized crime. All the same.
I mean, they could take like a similar story that they did in the Law and Order finale, where they had the SVU aspects, and then add, I don't know, mob connections or drugs, and then you get the organized crime part.
Yeah, they could do it.
That's true. You could do it like that. Because I'm like, how would you? I'm like, how would you take homicide to sex crime to organized crime? Like, how do you put all that together into one cohesive storyline that isn't like chopped up into 3 places or something?
Which they could do. They have done that. No, they haven't. But like, it's a doable thing to do it more like that versus like that works slightly better than like going from like one to the next, all the same.
I don't know.
3-hour period.
If Chicago,
Chicago's done it. It's doable. If Chicago did it, you can do it. I mean, Law and Order could do it. They did a really good job with that. I forgot what it was about. I think it was like
a pandemic episode before the pandemic happened.
Yeah. They were trying to stop like this virus from spreading or something like that. Like they had like I don't remember.
Which looking back on it is crazy, but like I loved the beginning because it was literally just like all 3 shows. They're all like they're outside a Chicago Bears football game and they're all just having fun and everything. I'm like, can we get that? Like one like happy little like blissful moments from all the squads and then chaos again.
Yeah. I feel like I need some happiness in my life.
Yeah, they all do. They really do. Livia especially because she deserves it. And she still ended the episode not happy.
I know, man. I was so sad. Not really. I get the sleepiest, but not really. But anyway, continue my delusional thoughts because I'm yawning uncontrollably. But okay, I guess we need to talk about that. That's what we're kind of here for. So, because we kind of did predictions a little bit, but like the episode, the season finale episode probably is one of the best in the season. Honestly,
yeah.
It's a very interesting storyline and what they compared the 2 situations to. And I think someone made me aware of that on Twitter. They were like, someone made a tweet about it, and they were like, did you notice that like they compared like a DV storyline? They decided to put that kind of storyline with alongside the side story being Olivia talks about throughout the whole thing. And I'm like, interesting choices.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to tell us something, SVU show, that you want us to be aware of?
Because if so, we are.
Yeah, well, most of us, we are anyway. Some people think we're crazy thinking this
one, but seriously, when I've said that, some people are like, how do you even see that?
Because
I'm like, yeah, we think about it a lot. Because we write it a lot. But, I think that is a really interesting. I guess we could actually get into a topic before we like sit around floating around it. But it's a very interesting thing that they chose to do that, and how the whole episode talks about like the theme of it is like, what do you think you like do? What do you think about? Well, it's like something about like, what do you think you deserve, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of what the whole like theme of the episode was throughout the different parts of the story. And then you like get to the end, which some people, I don't understand how people like think so many different things about what was said. Well, Liv and Rafa's like last scene. I'm like, he made it clear how he felt.
That he loves her unconditionally, and you can't take that away because he said it and it's canon. And yes,
it is canon. He said it. How he said it, no one knows, but he said it.
Yeah, but he said it unconditionally. Period. End story.
Yes. Yeah. What's up?
It was really fun. Okay, cool. But like that makes me.
Oh yeah, the screen. Yeah, you can take a look at that. It's kind of open though.
Oh wow.
Okay, well, I'll edit this out later.
Yes. Okay.
Or I'll edit when Steph comes back in a second. I don't know, but we'll edit it. I'll edit it later or some point. Who knows? But what was I saying? I'm kind of delirious at night time. I don't know what I was talking.
Something about the unconditional love.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. How it's a very like. I don't know how you can decide that's not what he said. I think is what confused me about people on the internet. I'm like, how do you not? He made it very clear what he said.
He literally said
How he
unconditionally.
meant it is up in the air, but he said it. I know what it feels like to love a person unconditionally. And you're just like,
No, like in this case, I can because I know what it's like to love someone unconditionally.
I know, or like.
And then he's like, when you feel when you're ready, you feel like you're done being betrayed by me. I'm here.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he said it back to her.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you feel betrayed by me, but when you're done, I'm here. Like
I know. I was like, how long? I'm like, Olivia, girl, please get yourself together and go. Don't be feeling betrayed for too long now.
No, like the one thing I hate more than sad Olivia is sad Raphael.
I'm like, yes, too many sad people.
Yes.
Mainly because we're all like acting being sad. That one like screen grab of him when she like calls his name before he leaves. Like,
yeah, he's like, what?
Lord.
And I was like, oh, because she's like Rafa, and he's like, what? And she's like, I miss you too. And I was like, oh, my heart is gonna break.
You can see like anger, sadness, and love float through his eyes in like a span of a second.
I know, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, she misses him too. I'm like, please, you're gonna break my heart.
Seriously.
Yeah, because like it takes a lot, I think, for him to be like, I said it in this moment, and whatever, however, it's like he said it in that moment, and it was like, you do what you want with that. So she's thinking, and the fact that he's like, he tells her like as it is, like, Elliot is not good for you.
Yeah, really.
He doesn't like exactly say verbatim, but like someone pointed it out, it was like, the story Raphael tells to Olivia about how like he was like bullied as a child and compares that to like what she's going through, and I'm like, you're right. Like, but she sees it or not.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know, because that is true. They did, like, I loved that line because I was like, that's exactly what he is. But like, no one has said that yet.
Yeah, no one said
it's
it.
Like, no one said it to him. I mean, Elliot is a bully. We see that from like day one almost.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, how can you think he's not anything else?
Yeah, I guess people. It takes a. I think if you always, for people, if you always see Elliot as a hero in the story, they feel like they always will, but like he's made it clear that he's not.
Right, and I feel like if you watch like a lot of 1.0, but you didn't see a lot of 2 or 3.0, you do see him that way because that was, I think, sort of. That was just kind of what originally happened. And then you do see it that way. Although, honestly, like, when I first watched it, like, I didn't necessarily see it that way. I always saw it as, like, the hero, the central character. But, not everybody sees it that way.
It takes a lot of, like, watching, like, Liv's progression throughout and then going back and watching 1.0. You're like,
Like,
that's something about that. So I've done a lot of that. So like I'll go back and be like because I'll get a lot of ideas for writing during the daytime. Like when SVU was on, I'll be like, did you ever pick up on like this scene or this scene? And I'm like, it's a lot of like, and it says you have to be intentional about looking for it too. I think because if people don't, it'll pass you by if you're not like, because he's very subtle. It's not exactly subtle, but like you can kind of see how he's not a supportive partner.
For sure.
Yeah, he's definitely overly attached at times, and it ends up causing problems in his own marriage, in his own relationship. And like,
Yep.
and he wasn't really necessarily okay with the fact that at times Olivia was like, I want another partner. He wasn't necessarily okay with that.
No, he was not okay with it.
No.
Yeah, because she has multiple times, I think. She's like, I think I want another partner. Maybe 2 or 3 times. I can't remember how many now. But,
yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
was
then, like,
several times.
Yeah.
There was at least 2 that I can think of off the top of my
2.
head, but I think there might have been a third too.
Mm-hmm. And how, like, and even his return, like, he's never, like, people were like, he's never done anything to benefit her, and since his return.
No.
It's all
He's
about
never done
him.
anything to benefit anybody but himself.
Yeah, he's only thinking about himself. He's only done things for himself, and basically, something like I think I've told a couple people I've thought about, like, oh, in a lot of season 1 of Organized Crime, Elliot, like, tries to talk to text or call Olivia a lot. And then, like, season 2 comes around, and it's not as often or ever that he, like, tries to reach out to her personally. After that point, he kind of does it more for work purposes, like case purposes. Not exactly case purposes, but like personal gain reasons that he needs to talk to her.
But like, I feel like after the Wheatley trial, he's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, I think I'm kind of, I think because she tells him off. She tells him off during the Wheatley trial. She's like, I don't remember what she said currently, but she was like, you don't really know anything about me. You haven't been here.
Have they talked since?
Not intentionally. Not like outside of a case. Well, besides like the Mother's Day thing, but that was a case. But it turned into a case. Originally, it wasn't a case.
Yeah, so that was
that scene is not even question mark canon because they deleted. It's not an episode.
They deleted it from streaming.
They did. It's not on there anymore. That like that last like in betweens, it's gone. Because people were like, "Where is it?" We're like, "If you didn't watch it live, you never saw it."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it didn't make sense anyway because it had too many weird holes in its storyline. I was like, what? Because they were like, but it made no sense because it's like Noah like somehow kind of knows who Elliot is and recognizes him. But like, but they never spoke before. What are you talking about? That was a weird storyline they threw in there. I guess to connect the episodes, but like it didn't make sense after that.
I feel like that was a continuity problem right there.
We were like, huh? Yeah, we were like, nobody thought that one. They were like, we need something to connect the 2 episodes. That'll do.
Yep, alright, cool.
We were like, that doesn't make any sense, but okay. 0. But other things about that is that, like, Elliot has not benefited Liv in any way possible since his return. And that the fact that people really, like, I don't, like, we talked about it, like, Cal and I talked about, we talked about, like, in comparison to Barson, what EO is like, it wouldn't be a healthy relationship.
Nope.
It would be like, no, not at all. Not be a healthy relationship. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be good for either of them. Actually, like the more you think about it, it wouldn't be good for either of them. However, it really wouldn't be good for Liv, considering the fact that like she has so many things to work through before that. And like we kind of know what Elliot believes on like therapy and all of that stuff, and we kind of set it in our fix, and and it becomes like, well, everyone, not everyone, it kind of messed up a little bit of plot to there, but like having all the characters, like having Amanda and Carisi, like or like pointing out like, hey, something's not right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Pointing, and then like them being the people being like, something isn't right, and you're not like, they haven't like said it to Olivia, but like like she's not, hasn't been the same. And if you're like more intentionally watching episodes, you can kind of tell. Like, I picked up on it, I think, a while ago. I was like, Olivia doesn't seem as happy.
No, she hasn't been happy for a while.
A long time. And I was like, you can kind of tell if you're like looking at like there's scenes where they're not like working, but they're like talking, or like she walks into work, or like those like scenes where she's not like doesn't seem happy, and she hasn't been for a while.
No, because it's like a total contrast, because like the last episode that like since Elliot came back that you really see her happy is that one episode, I think it was where she was at that like benefit or whatever it was with Trevor, and then she comes back in, she's like all happy, and everybody's like,
she literally
what happened to you?
With donuts. It's like, good morning, everyone. And everyone's like, Amanda's like, do you have fun last night?
We're like, I bet you did. Yeah. We're like, girl, you did.
I love that Amanda is the one who picked up on it.
Yeah. So like that makes me think about like I noticed she was happy, that they know obviously have noticed that she's sad. They just haven't said anything. Yeah. For them to make it for them to say something about her being happy.
Yeah. Like her squad knows her really well.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah. That was 2314 Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, I was like, what episode was that? Because I was out of town and I watched it at like 7 a.m.
Trust me, I remember because I saw that episode like 3 times.
I did.
Or maybe it was more than that. I really don't know at this point. I've probably lost track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think the show like made it clear by by season finale that like there is a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean,
she went to
right
therapy.
There, the therapy scene.
The whole therapy scene was just like, wait a second, there actually is a problem here. No one said anything until right now.
Yeah.
But isn't it like one of the first? Like, I don't remember. Maybe there was one like more near the beginning of the season or something, but I don't remember having like any therapy scenes this season compared to like past seasons.
She hasn't. She talked about one before this season started, or like the first episode. Yeah. She's talking to Finn, and she's like, "I've been lying to Dr. Lindstrom." And he was like,
that's right. It's only been mentioned. They're never. And then
I remember in last season, in Postgraduate Psychopath, Lindstrom is in that one. He's like, "Hey, you haven't seen me in a while. You good? Like you haven't been." They had a session in a while. Right. She's like, "Hey, you should come back and see me." And she's like, I will. And then
one of these days, I'll come back.
I know, like, girl, you should have gone back sooner. Get your problems.
And she did, and the guy just said to bring up, Barba, Stabler, and Releasey all in one freaking meeting. Like,
I know, I was like,
seriously.
Lord, give us a break.
I know, there's too many things to talk about. The whole intro scene, like, the first, 5 minutes had so much stuff in it. I was like, man.
Seriously,
really.
It was so good, but like that therapy scene points out a lot of things. I was looking at my phone notes because the next day I subtitled it and got every word. But what were you saying?
Like the fact that they end the therapy scene with a close up on Mariska and Olivia crying.
I was like, oh no! I was like, something wrong. I was like, yep, that's the sign. Definitely things go wrong here.
Yeah, she's like, you deserve to be happy, crying. Meaning, she's not.
Yeah, I'm like, she's not. Because Liv says she says she was anxious and she wakes up anxious in the middle of the night and is unhappy.
But we, know that she's, happy, with Noah, but, personally by herself, no, waking up 4 a.m. anxiety for, a year almost.
Yeah. Yeah, no one seems to believe people were like, hey, you realize about a year ago, somebody came back, wink, 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 and they're like, that's not what she's talking about. We're like, y'all sure about that? I'm like, that's what she meant. If you put the details together, that's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very, interesting thing that the show's decided to make that a negative thing. And, its return is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And it hasn't been a good thing. And it's just made her anxious and sad for a year. So I'm wondering what the show is going to do with that next season, I think, is...
Most likely nothing.
Yeah, most likely nothing. While. Yeah, not for a while. Yeah, that's kind of what they do. It's kind of be like, let's just give you some episodes and we'll throw in a hint. Then we'll throw in another hint and then we'll make it big and then we'll go back to nothing again.
I mean, there was one point where, organized crime, they gave us the Wheatley stuff.
Oh, yeah, they
did. The Jalakai kiss, and did, a 3-month or 3-week time jump, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah, that was kind of a weird time jump. That would have been way more fun for them to show that 3 weeks instead of them skipping it. It would have been way more fun. I'd rather have seen it. because honestly, well, I guess what would it have been was what they said, which is, IB investigation of them.
Yeah.
I would just be curious to see, like, what would have happened, like we know what should have happened.
Oh, yeah, obviously. We know what probably happened because he still got a badge and he has a cross now. So
Yeah, Ivy was like, "Hey, we know what? This is fine. Totally committed a crime, but that's fine. We'll overlook that one."
there's speaking of crime, there's like a freaking discourse going on of the fact that people don't think that Stabler assaulted Wheatley.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
he did.
He
It's on.
did.
They saw
It's
it.
They
obvious.
freaking zoomed in so
We
we'd
watched
see
it like 8 million times. I watched it a bunch of times to be like, "What just happened?" Yeah, we're like, "That's what happened."
No,
Yep.
it definitely happened.
I wish they had done something with that. That would have been a great storyline. If they had been like,
Yeah.
I would have loved for Wheatley to play the sympathy card on that so hard, just for each role.
It would have been hilarious.
Yes.
And so good.
I would have loved that, man. That was so funny instead. But of course, they didn't want to make Elliot look bad on that show, so they were like, never mind. Because I would have definitely been like, we're writing that.
We should.
We should write that. Well, we do. No, we gotta write that other thing instead.
We got so much stuff we need to.
We do. There's like, because we don't want to time jump too hard in the canon part of the story. In Truth and the Truth, there is like the canon story, and then there's like the dream sequences. But it has so many different ideas of things that could have happened.
Yeah.
That we've changed. They were like, you get all of them, because we even started one the other day. We're like, this could happen. This could happen.
Yep.
But the canon story does have like we're getting towards like they still gotta catch Wheatley.
Yes.
So they gotta.
Like they say he's dead. We don't know if he's actually.
Well, technically, in our story, he's not dead because that didn't happen because it happened before.
Yeah.
But canon-wise, I don't think he's dead. Like real show
I
canon,
don't
think
think he's dead in canon either, because I mean we only know for sure in canon that Angela is dead. We don't know that he is dead, and I think that that's on purpose because they probably want to find a way eventually to bring Dylan back and to bring the whole, storyline back eventually.
Yeah, that's because that was about their best story. It was their best time.
Yeah,
it was their
really
best ratings.
was.
After that, it went downhill.
I know, but part of their problem is like they have so many great actors and so many great like storylines that they could do, but they make it the Elliot Stabler show, and I think that, and I've heard even from people I know who actually do like Elliot and who do like ship EO and all that stuff. They're like, why do they make it the Elliot Stabler show? And even they don't watch it that much. So it's like, that is, I think, a huge mistake when you have so much other great talent.
They do. There's so many good other stories because like we played around with them, like, we'll write them for you. Let's send them in the mail.
Yeah.
But there's so many people who are really talented and so many other stories we could tell with
exactly.
But we would love to see some badass moments for like, give like Ayana and Jet some really cool stories.
Yes,
because I have so many freaking ideas, and they should.
Our favorite scene is still when we were like that scene where they go to that guy's house. I remember the episode, and she pulls in like Jet is that guy's hiding under the bed, and she's like,
"Get out of there!"
Yeah, get out of there. I love that one. It's like my favorite one.
Also, the fact that we had that Jet freaking tackled somebody.
He did.
Oh
like, my
my gosh.
Yep. Dude, please, more action with Jet, please.
Yes.
Like she's more than just like a technical specialist cop. She also can be amazing in the field, and they've done undercover stuff with her. So she is one freaking awesome rookie.
Yes.
Give
that girl a promotion. Yeah. Please. Next season, give her a promotion.
Seriously.
I forget what the fic was, but I read in the fic that like Ayana had Jet take the sergeant exam.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
I was like, oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. But I read that in the fic somewhere too, but I forgot which one.
then they would both be over Elliot
Mm-hmm.
in status.
Yeah, because he's still like a
Yes.
first grade detective.
Yeah.
Also, that same thought. Somebody put that in a tweet or something. They're like, "Yo, have you ever noticed that?" I was like, "Oh, they're right. Never been promoted. Been doing the job for 25 years. Never promoted."
I love how he's been like around for 25 years and they've never ever he's never been promoted. And people who were on the show like for far less time than him were promoted.
Yeah, literally everyone's been promoted at least once, except I think.
Yeah, I mean even Rollins has been promoted.
Yep. After
So,
all the stuff that Rollins has done, she still has a higher rank than him.
yeah, seriously.
But honestly, like, Rollins has made up for it.
Yeah.
Elliot,
totally.
you can kind of say he's made up for it, but then he just keeps punching perps and crap.
Stops doing violent things. He needs to call. We're like, dude, we're like, this is what happens every single. This is why we don't trust you. This is how we don't trust him around Olivia. I'm just saying. People that we were one of our favorite things that we love people telling us is when we talked about in chapter 4 of Truth. We talked about it. We did that episode about chapter 4, I think it is. The one where we talk about the interrogation scene, and we're like, people were like, I never noticed that before. We're like, I didn't either until I watched a GIF of them side by side, and I put it in the story.
No, I literally, like, after I read that, before you even published it, but, like, when I read it because you guys were like, what do you think? I literally went back and watched that scene, like, really, really closely, and it was like, oh my gosh, now I see it. And I, like, can't unsee it now.
I can't unsee it. And I'm like, this is why I don't trust him around her. I don't trust it. I don't, because if she makes him mad, whether he beats to or not, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Because we talked about it, like, how, like, and how in the People versus Richard really that Raphael plays that tape but cuts it off right before he makes contact with her. I'm like, bro, that means he's seen it too and knows. So the fact that he called Elliot a bully just makes even more sense now. But anyway,
it totally does.
I was like, I just made that connection though. So like, something to think about. Just saying.
And I love how in the finale it was Carisi that told her.
Yes.
He's doing this to protect him. He's doing this, and he just said it like outright too. He didn't even
like he literally looked at her, and his voice went soft, and he's like, "Olivia, he was protecting you."
Yeah, but I feel like if anybody could have said that to her right out, it had to be Carisi. It couldn't have come from anybody else.
Because he shares a fair balance between Raphael and Olivia. He knows them both so well, so he knows them so well. Was like he could stand in the middle and be like, I see this as well.
Exactly, because like I feel like if Finn said it, she would have been like, no, you're just making that up. Mm-hmm. If Rowan said it, it would have been too, like, I mean, it might have worked, but it still would have been a little bit like, oh, well, you're the one who wants me to call him in on this case anyway, so, like, of course you're going to come up with it. But it was like, Carisi, I think, was that perfect balance that would be able to say that.
It was, like, lawyer, but also friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he, like, tells her, like, he's like any other defense attorney would have annihilated you on this case.
Which is exactly what Barbara said in the episode.
Yeah, he said that to her. He said that to her originally when she even said anything. Yes. He's like, "I'm gonna tell you right now, they would tear you apart." Which is true.
So like the reiterating of the fact that like none of us wanted this storyline.
No.
But if they're really going to give it to us, that at least it was, like, clear that he was protecting her.
Yeah. And at least, and I mean, there had to be a logical reason for it. You can't just, like,
throw that in there and be like,
throw that in there and be like, let's do that, because that is so anti to, like, how Barbara's character grew, excepting the forbidden
we'll talk
final episode,
redacted,
which was, by the way, total character assassination. That is a whole nother like episode and a whole nother discussion.
Because it cannot be undone. And that's the problem.
Nope.
That is the problem. But it's
I need to know who freaking thought this storyline
Let's do that. Like, sure, we won't be written off the show, but they were like, let's make it the most horrible way possible.
Yeah.
So then
like,
he can't ever do a prosecutor. I mean, he can't technically if you look it up on it. We did some Googling that like he could be a prosecutor again, but not in the same district. He would have to be a prosecutor somewhere else.
Technically, exactly. I mean, technically he could
but
have.
This is a fictional world where anything can happen.
Right.
Like, if he's going to be a defense attorney, give him more cases like in the finale.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe, even though he's a defense attorney and it is a job, he wouldn't take, like, the scum of the earth cases.
Yeah, that was only that one time, and it was for Olivia's sake.
So, yeah, still good man and stuff.
Yeah, still good man. I don't care what people have to say about it. He's still a good man for that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, he was wrong to do that. I'm like, no.
But, I mean, if you look at, like, the finale and you look at Sightless, those were, like, the kind of defense attorney things I would see him taking as a defense attorney. Like, that's the kind of stuff you see him doing. And, I mean, even in that, I think it was that season 21 episode where they FaceTime where I think it was that one where they said he was working with the Innocence Project,
Redemption
or was that
Sightless?
Was that Redemption or Corner? Or was that Sightless where they said that? It was one of the two anyway. But
and he said he's doing like election fraud, like
exactly.
He would do
but
that.
That's the kind of stuff I would see him doing. That's the thing.
And the Innocence Project.
Like, yes.
I wish we got more of that because that was definitely him.
Yeah,
I wish we did.
Yeah,
too.
but they didn't put that in the storyline. But I think it's because he would only take cases that he thought mattered, you know. Exactly. So like him defending Wheatley is a big deal. It's not like he believed Wheatley was innocent because he sure doesn't. He makes it clear he does not believe that. He does it for her, and that Olivia does not seem to understand that, but he does it for her.
She does not get that, either that or she doesn't think she needed defending, one or the other.
Yeah.
So both a little bit, but you know.
Yeah. But she did.
Yes, though. Like I've said before, any other defense attorney would have torn her apart, and she would have had no career by the end of it. Mm-mm. And Elliot would have been hinted as a victim and totally still had the career, just the far, far worse person.
Yeah. Because he's white and a guy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he just kind of does whatever he wants, and you got people looking out that he is, the good old boys looking out for him.
Even with Olivia, with her rank as captain and everything, she's still a woman. One wrong move and that rank could just disappear.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And they don't. Yeah, so like they were torn her apart on the stand because how aware she was of Elliot's violent tendencies and didn't do anything about it.
Yep.
Oh, totally.
Torn her apart. And like, so it's very intentional. Like I feel like we said before, like it's intentional that the show decided to make that Barbara defended Wheatley for Olivia's sake. He makes it clear he does it. It's not a pretty thing. It does not turn out great at all. But the fact that it's so very intentional, that like, it's not like I'm like we predicted it. Like, they have to be doing something with that storyline for them to still be doing it. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even if they were going to, I think regardless of where their relationship goes in canon, whether it becomes romantic, whether it's just their friendship restored, whatever it is, there had to be something major to really, move it along, especially after Raul left, just because, you need something. Otherwise you can't just have him like any old, otherwise he'd just be like any old defense attorney guesting every once in a while.
Yeah. They had to have a reason, and they made it a powerful reason, and it's such a like powerful reason to be like, I took on a criminal case of a very bad person who would probably murder everyone I know in my entire family, but for her, whether she understood it or not. Yeah, whatever they decide to do with that would be interesting to see. But like, also the fact that like that, and the fact that like that, and like pointing the viewer in a direction that like nobody really agrees. Like everyone's looking out for Olivia, whether she understands it or not.
Definitely.
And they're like, "Hey, you should not be around Elliot. It's not good for you." And the show being like that on purpose.
Exactly.
It's not. It has to be intentional. It's not. Because they've done it too many times.
It does.
People are being like Amanda's had conversation with Liv. Finn's are out of character. We don't. That doesn't. Whatever.
Yeah, that was so out of character.
That was weird.
But
Carisi said it. Amanda said it. That's what people really said. And Raphael said it
multiple times.
So how intentional they are about hey, not everyone you need in life is good for you, and they cause major problems. And I think Olivia's gonna have a heart. Either Olivia's gonna have to. We'll see it at some point. I feel like they weren't just gonna be like, she's not gonna see it. We'll just let her float obliviously through this for a while. She has been for a year. So I feel like there's gonna be something climactic, even though that sounds kind of stupid. I feel like they won't actually do it, but there has to be some sort of climactic ideal where Olivia sees it for herself that Elliot is not good for her.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna have to see it for herself, regardless of how many people tell her. Or
she's that kind of person that she's I need to see it.
She's just the kind of person that something's gonna have to happen where she's gonna have to see it and experience it for herself to really understand it. Because I mean, let's be real, she went through 12 years with the guy and didn't see everything. So it's I think that's gonna happen. But it's don't ignore the fact that she's changed while he hasn't.
Yeah.
It's I mean, well, everybody always points this out, but it's true. I always will say it, and I will die on this hill. The one where she says to Nick in his last episode,
"Oh yes,
I grew more with you in 4 years than I ever did with him in 12. Whatever that was."
Yeah. Yeah, she told us that.
It's she said it herself, and it's so you can't.
She's forgotten or something, but she said it.
You can't just as a writer, you can't just ignore that fact. I would love it eventually if they were to do an episode where she does finally see it, but in that episode I would so want them to bring Nick back for that episode.
Yes. Yeah. It has to be done so tastefully well, because if they do it badly, exactly. Because they will the community will have a field day if it is done horrible. Yeah, well, not in our eyes. I mean, our eyes. What people think is bad and what we think is bad are two different things.
Right. True.
But the EOs would have a field day if they pulled it off the way we've thought about it happening.
Oh,
if they did that, they would be. They would cancel the show so hard. It was we're canceling the show. You know, they believe that.
Yeah, they would.
They'd be like, "You did what?" We're maybe the only way Olivia sees it, unfortunately. I wouldn't want that to happen, but if they.
Can you say that one more time?
What did I just say?
Boy, I zoned out. What would we get angry about if it happened? But
no, we wouldn't be angry about it. We're talking about if the show decided to truly give Olivia insight on how Elliot is horrible for her. And the EOs would have a field day if that's done in a way that they wouldn't like. I mean, they wouldn't like that anyway, but
they need to have Olivia find out about what happened in the Albanian mob undercover crap, because
because that would
not
really
approve
change everything.
She wouldn't. He drugged a woman. Gonna keep saying it until something happens with it again.
It was bad. And I was like, this is bad. We were just what? I remember watching that on my dorm room TV. You and I were texting or something. We were this is pre-podcast too. It was we're what just happened?
Yeah, my jaw dropped and I was literally
they were what do we do with this information?
I know, right?
They were this is all the ideas of things he could have done.
Yeah, out of all the things he could have done,
was that one
that was not on a radar, and then he did it. Seriously. So it's what else now?
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the whole letter thing.
Oh God, not the letter makes me actually.
No, we don't talk. The only way we talk about that scene is the fact that he freaking touched her without her consent.
Exactly.
Yeah,
thank you. Do not even get me started on that.
We talked about it so many times. We wrote about it. We're like, you
So
know
many
what?
times.
But we're like, it's not a pretty scene. It's not a good scene. It is a very awkward and painful scene for him to be like, you know what? I showed up at your house. I don't even know how he got there. It was just weird. How did he remember? Of all the things he could remember, he's drugged. He goes, let me just go to Olivia's house.
Yep.
Just show up at her door in the middle of the night. Hoping she'll help me. Not forgetting she has her own child. I'm going on this tangent now. Who's her child is also sleeping not that far away from them. They're having this conversation. He just like falls on her. We're just
the
like,
only good thing about the scene was that Kathy wrote in the letter that Olivia deserved a kind and faithful and devoted man. And we all were like, we know who that is.
We know who that is.
You know, we'll get you one. We'll get her one. Don't worry. It's fine.
Not your
if you don't want option A, we'll take option B.
We do have options.
We have options.
We do have options. Just give us one of them, please. We'll just be happy with either.
If we can't have Barbo, then go with Langan.
We do.
Yes, exactly.
Please. Like, I just want Olivia to be happy. But I'm just too sad. But like that letter scene is something that we're just like, wait a second, because like we were like, so I watched it again later, and we were like, that's real weird. That is not a pleasant scene. He kind of just like holds on to her, getting into borderline sexual assault territory.
Yeah, the first time
we were like, because we went to go Google the laws on that. We're like, what is considered sexual assault?
And now we know
that falls in that kind of.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah, and then we the first time I watched the scene when he like touched her lip and then it cut to him in the bed, I was like, I don't think I breathed for an entire minute.
Yeah, we were like, hold on, this is weird. We're like, wait, that's not.
I was like, no, please don't.
You cannot stay at Olivia's house.
Please don't tell me it just happened. And then they cut to Yana and Denise, and I was like, okay, phew.
I know,
nothing happened.
They didn't follow protocol. It would have could have got them in trouble, but you know.
Yeah, it's funny.
Olivia was like, we need to take you to the hospital. We gotta have these tests done. Make sure you know you didn't gonna die or anything. He was like, it's fine.
The two of them are literally drinking their coffee, talking to each other, staring at him like,
they're like, this man is in our house. What do we do?
I feel like one day Ayana's just gonna be sick of Elliot and be like, this is the end of it.
We know she can yell at him.
Well, yeah,
we've done it twice.
She's already done it, but I feel like one day she's just gonna be like, enough already. Like, she's just gonna be over the whole thing.
If they need ideas for it, we got it.
Yeah,
I have made enough excuses for you. Bye.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's true. She kind of does, and he doesn't listen to her, and he doesn't give a crap.
Nobody listens to Ayana, but then again, don't get me going on.
The only one who does is Jet.
Well, yeah. Besides her, yeah.
Everyone else is just like, Elliot does not care about anyone but himself.
No, and
he does not think that's children. I think that's still
whatever she did.
Yeah, it's really messed up. People love that. He doesn't love that scene. I hate that scene. Where he was like, he says, "I love you" to Olivia in front of his children.
Like your mom, their mom just died. What the hell,
like,
man?
This is like episode 4, I think. Yeah. And then so we're literally like, I'm like, you said what?
Like, if I was one of his kids, I would be like,
I would just leave. Like, you know what? After our mom just died,
I'd be like, no,
this is it. This is it. It's time to go.
Time to go.
And they were like, hold on, why did you just say that randomly just at this moment?
Oh, I know.
We were like, he had to be, and also that's weird because that means he had been thinking about it. I mean, like, he just didn't say I love you just because. You know? That would be awkward. He'd been thinking about it. He had to have been thinking about it for him to have said it.
Thank you. Please. That is so gross.
It's very gross. I hate those things. I'm like, nope, that's the drawing line.
I would have been like, no, thank you.
Yep, time to. That's it.
That like probably would have been for me the line. Like, nope, bye.
Yeah, the line. It's like, no.
We need to take a break from each other.
Yeah.
And then it's weird how people think Olivia, like, the way she responds is just like, huh?
No, like
she makes a very weird, interesting facial expression. He says
she
that, like,
does, but I think that like facial expression comes from the fact that she's just like so shocked that at
she makes
that
that,
time
yeah.
he would choose to say that.
Yeah, because they're like having an intervention for it.
Literally.
Because Kathleen is like, "Can you help us, please? Our dad's falling down a hole. He should not be going down. Can you like help
Right?
us?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay."
She's like, okay.
She gets a crappy love confession. Her face when she's like shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how people think that's anything other than just being plain shocked and probably a little creeped out.
Yeah,
definitely.
And he's been thinking about it a while, and that's weird. Because it's just like, well, and the fact that like he's not moving around. Can you hear me still?
Yep.
Okay, because I was wiggling and the mic started going in and out, and that's always a problem.
They do, yeah.
Okay, because I hear it squeaking. Because I changed headphones from the one I used to be using, so the cord actually works better now.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I can hear it squeaking though.
Yeah, that's me moving around. I need to sit still, so it stops doing that. But it's squeaking again. Okay. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, the fact that like Olivia was never Elliot's first choice ever, and any opportunity he could have had her, he chose not to.
Like you left for 10 years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, even that like little bit of time where people seem to forget about that, but when like it's season 9 I think, but like they like wrote Olivia undercover because Mariska was on maternity leave.
It was 8 I think.
Season 8, and he has they have that other he has the other partner.
Who he kisses.
And then he kissed her.
Yeah, I know. People
like,
conveniently forget about that.
Yeah, I'm like, they're like, yeah, let's forget about that. I'm like, nope, we never forget about that one. Bring that one back, please.
Yes, people seem to conveniently forget that occurred. Like, no.
They don't want to remember what they want to forget.
Yes, exactly.
They're just like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, wait a second, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it was very weird.
It
was very weird.
Yeah. Because even like we were saying it before, even like now, I remember they cut this. There was a scene that I think they cut it actually because it didn't make sense. Yeah, like remember probably. Like right when Organized Crime started, there was that scene they cut it out because there's a picture of it, but they didn't actually put the scene in. But they're like Olivia and Elliot are talking over dinner or something like that, and they cut the scene out because they were like, this doesn't make actual sense.
Yeah, and everyone's like, we want it, and they're like no, you're not getting it.
Yeah, they're like, no, this actually doesn't make sense. Cannot
make that sense. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, it's fine. They lost their diner scene. We never got our hug scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a crime.
It is a crime. Sad day.
You took away our Barson hug. Why?
I sure did. Why? I was looking for that. That was that one thing that kept me saying when that promo was going out, and then to us.
I think like Kate and I like literally went to like Warren once and we're like, please, can we have
send that to us? I just need to see it. I don't care what it's about. I need it back right now.
We literally just want the hug. That's it. You don't have to give us any context.
Can they get a hug again? Can we get a hug that once Olivia decides to get yourself together, can we get a hug then?
A makeup hug.
Makeup hug, please.
Like they both look at each other like, I missed you, hug.
Yeah. That's all I need in life.
Seriously. But I thoroughly believe that eventually eventually she will forgive him.
Yeah, she will.
Because she, even in the finale, you can see she's starting to realize she can't. She's
mad at him forever.
And she can't stay mad at him forever because he's too important to her in whatever capacity that is, whether that's as her friend, whether that's something more.
I think that's why this hurts her so much, because she cares about him so much.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like
she wouldn't have been so hurt if she hadn't cared. Like she's deeply hurt by this.
Exactly.
And if she didn't care, she wouldn't have been that hurt. She had talked to him in 4 months.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh my god, was it really that long?
Yeah, it was December, and then it's May.
Oh my god!
Because the canon date is the actual date, so that was December 9th to May 19th.
Holy crap!
Like so
4 months.
Yeah, less than
4 months.
And I was like, girl, please. Yeah, so she did not talk to him. But you know, she's deeply the fact that like so like there has to be feelings, whatever the kind of feelings they are, about it. She has some kind of feelings. She didn't make just two eyes. They're gonna be angry right now, but
Yeah.
you know,
I
there's
think
hope.
she does have to sort out whatever it is.
Yeah, she's like,
she can't carry that burden forever.
I'm not dealing with a love. Don't want to deal with a love triangle. I just need something to happen.
Yeah, no.
She needs to make a move in a direction.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of just in the middle. It's been in the middle for like a year. Or like go in any direction. Just pick one.
Yeah.
Like, fine, if she wants to take Amanda's advice with Barba and then it goes well and they end up together, fine, so be it.
I still feel
if she wants to take it with Elliot and they realize, nope, move on, okay, fine, move on, enough of that.
This is done. At least it is put to bed. Permanently.
Still
the door is
like
closed.
Just the way... I feel like the way Amanda said that was so weirdly.
I know, we're like, what is this line? She was like, my mom always. She was like, my mom said. It was like,
her mother.
I mean, it sounds like something her mom would say, but I was like, why did you tell Olivia that in this moment? Like,
also, why are you still
first off
to advice from your mom? I thought you didn't like her.
Yeah.
I was like, you said we had good time with your mom. Like, what?
Have we completely, the writers like completely forgotten the canon that her parents were
horrible to her?
Horrible people to her? Have we like suddenly forgotten that?
Yeah.
And we're just like, all of a sudden.
I don't think she's doing it for her parents. I think she wants her kids to have grandparents, but like,
probably.
Look, your kids need better. If you want to give them grandparents, call up Craig and have him honor a grandpa.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yep, I'm like, please.
There are much better things she can do than introduce her questionable family into the lives of her children.
Or, she has grandparents. Like, I don't know, Carisi's parents.
Yeah, Carisi's parents.
Carisi's parents, cool. Thank you.
They seem pretty cool.
Yeah, seriously.
Please, we need more of them next season.
Yes.
Yeah, I love his mom.
So funny.
Gosh, that scene with Carisi's mom and sisters was so funny.
It was perfect.
It was. I'm like,
I love that scene.
It was.
When Carisi went to go get the food and she like slapped his hand away. Like, yeah, very much Italian.
I know. Very. See, it's so. That's like one of the best like. Not like we need that scene. It was just great. I loved everything about it. His mom is so funny.
I know, right?
Give us more of that, please. You know. Yes. I'm like, I only have like SV. We have like one. We have like if I have something to hold on to, I know who sees canon.
Yeah.
Please.
That's what we got.
That's what I got.
Like what we said, we had 2 ships, a half a ship, and a broken ship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And that's it.
Which is so true.
Yeah.
For Steph and I, it's technically 3 because at least Barbara and Sonny are talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
True. And I'm like, that's true. Or like, because that was a very interesting detail that they threw in there. They were like, remember they changed the line of the promo versus the actual episode. Yeah. They were like, it was slightly different what he said, but they kind of were like,
thought they weren't talking.
Yeah, seriously.
Thought him and Benson weren't talking.
Yeah, we're like, how? Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that they're aware of that, I don't know. I guess they weren't really aware of that till that moment, but it's just like.
But like, also, like just the part where she lists, where Amanda asks her, "Well, okay, what defense attorneys have you already called?" And just the very fact that she lists Rita, I'm like, well, wouldn't Rita kind of like know what's going on between them?
Yeah,
I was like,
probably because like I feel like her relationship with Barba. I feel like Barba would have like told her what happened.
This is gonna be my headcanon from now on. She said no, so that Liv would have to go call Barba.
Yes, exactly.
She was like, I was like, Rita's too smart for that. She was like, no.
Nope.
Just like,
nope. Go fix your problems.
She's like, nope. I know you're just calling me to avoid calling Raphael, so no.
Bye. Take this case.
I'm not doing this.
I need her to come back.
I need her to come back, though.
I love her so much.
Oh, God. gosh,
Yes.
I need her to come back and like defend
too.
somebody that isn't totally horrible, because we know she
Yeah,
isn't
I
a horrible
know.
person.
No, she's a great person.
Exactly.
She's so great. She's a queen.
Yeah. And plus, like, just her last episode, we need more about that, like, where that came from.
Yeah,
where that came from, what's the history of that? Because there's got to be just more than just the remark itself.
Like, is she a survivor, or like does it have to do with like the fact that like, I don't know, she's gonna listen to all these guys or she won't have a job?
Exactly. I mean, what is it that, like, because I mean, my theory is I think she is a survivor, because there are just so many different ways that you can respond to that. But like,
but if she was a survivor, like, why would she be defending all these?
Yeah, well, but and then there's the key. There's the like other part that I think she's probably, like you were saying, maybe she was forced to like do it or else. Because I mean, because technically, as a defense attorney, you are like ethically supposed to serve your client, whether you feel that your client is correct, whether you agree with what they did or not.
Well,
you ethically have to,
we Googled it.
Do representation or whatever that's called.
Yeah, we Googled it.
We Googled it. If they're like your moral obligations are so blown out of whack, the defense attorney can ask to quit.
Exactly, but like if you morally object, you can ask to quit, or you can just not take it in the first place.
Yeah.
Both of those are possible ways out, but like as long as you're representing the person, you have to do it properly.
Yeah.
But you can quit on like, your own moral objections or whatever. I mean, if they're really, really, really like, if you have a really good case for it. But like, but that's like also the other side of like being a defense attorney. Like the ugly side of it is, even if you know the truth, you have to represent. You have to zealously represent your clients. So it's like that's the conundrum. I call it the conundrum of being a defense.
Well, I guess that's true of both sides actually. Because if you're a prosecutor, and
well, exactly.
Like Sonny in the latest episode, he didn't want to freaking take that.
Yeah, but he's
really do it. But
state, so they're like, you don't get an option of this.
But he did. But the thing was, though, is that like for Carisi, basically, because he's a prosecutor, he is everything he does is based on like what the DA and what the state wants him to do. He can, it's not like Carisi is making his own personal choices or that he even can. So again, that's like the downside of being a prosecutor, is that you're bound to like whatever political wing the DA is on. So
and Barba, when he was the ADA, made it very clear it was all about politics.
Yeah.
Well, and that is exactly it. And so so Carisi, whatever he meant morally, I think he's stuck with the politics of people.
The optics.
Yeah.
The optics, exactly. And we know that from like other episodes and other ADAs we've had all through the years. Other ADAs that have been on the show through the years, we've seen that too. But I also think I could be like wrong when I say this, but I feel like Carisi is like the first one where we've really seen like faith or religion play into it.
Oh yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I think that gives a new level to him that, we haven't had with past ADAs, just because that informs so much of how he sees the world and how he sees right and wrong, how he sees everything.
Well, like, it's definitely it's a very interesting thing. We talked about it. We talked about the episode that everyone hates.
Oh yeah, that episode. Yeah.
I don't hate that episode, but you know,
I don't
Which
either.
episode?
One before season finale. What's it
Oh,
called? Shoot, what's it called?
What's that thing called? Oh, Confess Your Sins and Be Free. I think it was.
Confess your sins. Yeah, confess your sins to be free. Yep. We were like, I hate
Or
that.
yeah, I think it's to be free. Yeah.
Yeah, confess your sins to be free. We were like, I don't.
Oh my gosh, that was so. There was so much controversy with that one.
It was real controversy.
Why? Am I missing it?
I didn't see it either. I was like, because it's not like Olivia forget people like took it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
several points of view that people had about it.
Yeah,
and
there really is.
I could see some of them, but some of them I'm like, I think you're a little pushing it a little there.
Yeah,
it's not like people made a big deal about like Olivia did not forgive Burton. That is clear. She did not. She did not defend him. She got healing for herself. And I think she needed that. But it wasn't like it was for her, it wasn't for him.
Everything she said and did in that interaction was for her. Yeah. Not him. And there are so many different responses.
Yeah, there's so many
to that situation that I think in the end you have to choose the one that's right for you.
Yeah, that's what we said when we recorded that episode. We're like, whatever you want about this episode, but this is what we believe about it.
Yeah,
we were pretty much on the same page about it. And like, yeah, but something interesting I think about it is that, the point of view that people, I think some of the EOs be kind of hating because Burton got more screen time than Elliot. But that's the petty answer to be like.
That's just being petty, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's relatively petty that they're like, that's why we hate Phillies. I'm like, no. There's some people who have good reasons. I don't put like whatever. But we've been going on for 81 minutes.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, we have already been.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. where I am.
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
It's almost 10 p.m.
It's almost midnight.
That is funny.
Well, then my favorite time, I think Kalli and I pushed, for the one time we pushed 5 a.m. writing.
Oh,
that was the craziest time.
I love those times.
Those are the best, though. Those are like the best things happen to us in those times. And it's the funniest.
They really do.
Man, it's like the early parts of Truth. I think, if it was true, that like we were like, "Ooh, we gotta keep going." It's 5 a.m. Oh boy!
There was times where I'm smiling. There's times where I'm crying.
Yeah, uncontrollable sobbing.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Uncontrollable.
I went through so many emotions reading that.
You haven't done any sobbing in a while.
Nope. No. Maybe we should. Nope. Don't.
What do you mean? What do we should? We can't. Never mind. We're not doing anything. Never.
We're writing a lot of stuff. Something's gonna end up making us cry eventually.
Yeah, there's so many like little stories we're telling. We're like, let's do this part, and there's this part, and we're like, let's go add this scene back into the. Yeah,
it's choose your own adventure.
It really is, because we're like, what if this happened instead? But like the path, the secondary people, like we've talked. I think we've already said this on a podcast. I can say it again if you haven't heard the episode or whatever, I guess. But people were like, what if you wrote the dream but Raphael was alive? They were like, let's do it. Okay, challenges. Let's do it. And it's crazy.
It very much is. Steph,
it's way better that way, though. That's the better part of the story. That's why we never went back and with the other part, because we were like, that's kind of. But telling it this way going forward is just like, oh boy.
Steph, what chapter are you on?
I think the last one I read was...
The last one was 20
something. Yeah, it was like 25, 27, something like that. 28,
the last
probably.
one we published was their, like, Christmas.
Yeah, it's
was the last one.
It's whatever the
Christmas
the last
May,
one published
Christmas
was.
Christmas. That's Christmas.
Yeah, it's whatever. That was the one I read. I've lost like track of how many chapters are in that thing.
I know we lost track too, because we read all these side stories and then be like, what chapter are we actually on?
Yeah, we have to go back. We're currently writing the next chapter, but
I just know that I've read.
It's very sweet.
whatever the most recent one is.
Yeah, and you've read parts of the dream that are very scattered throughout.
Yes, yeah,
Man,
that too.
we've added a lot more to that, and it's just worse. It doesn't get any better.
Nope.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
We haven't because we haven't like technically progressed from that part from like we've gone back and added parts to be like let's add a little more backstory. Let's add some in between parts to get to here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
we've incorporated more characters.
We did. Those are my favorite. Those are some of my favorite characters. Honestly, we made them up on the fly, but they're all like great. Yeah. You read that part.
Yeah.
We sent you that part. Yeah, those characters are great.
Yeah.
When people get to read that part, I don't think I hate it or like it, but I love that part.
I know, I love that part though.
Because we weren't gonna, because it really wasn't supposed to be that like big of a deal. It wasn't supposed to. We were gonna name half of them. We were just, and then we went and did it. We're like, we give them all names. We all give them all backstories, and because it was necessary to tell the story that they needed to have.
Then we were writing, and I decided to listen hardest to the 6th album while we were writing.
Oh
yeah,
we
were, because it just came out too. We're like, let's use this song, and then that's why they had to have personalities, because they had to write that.
Because this song
sad.
literally has like 6 or 7 women singing it. It's like, go.
So it was like
so good, and that part, I love that part so much. It's crazy, but I love that part.
I do too.
We're never even get to read it, because we have to like figure. The problem is writing Olivia's dreams is that you have to figure out where to plug them into.
Yep. We don't know where to put these things.
Because we were like, where do they go? Like, we had reasons for them to be told beforehand, but like, I think we can plug one probably when we get to the next part after honeymoon. The next part of the like big part of the story, probably we'll plug one there.
Or we do it during it, and then
or during. And then during makes a lot of sense too, because it's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. And Raphael gets to comfort Olivia on their honeymoon.
He's gonna have to, because these dreams are wild. They're horrible. Yes. Because Olivia's dreams are bad.
Yeah, they really are like.
It's like, what have we done?
Yeah, what have we done?
But also, then I go watch like stuff from 1.0, and it's like,
you get it.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Like, this isn't so out there anymore.
Yeah. Because we were like, we're like, what if? And they were like, that makes sense. That could be doable.
Yep.
And then we've taken inspiration from other shows and things. We're like, that could be doable. We basically wrote a small cult.
It's done.
That's what it is.
I literally described it once as like Handmaid's Tale meets Mean Girls, but now it's like Handmaid's Tale meets Six.
Seriously.
Yeah. Ooh, it's messed up. It's so bad, but it's so
what you will take with that.
It gets worse every time.
It does get worse every time. Because like because we like added something recently that we did. I don't know if we told you. We added something recently because we were like, because originally it's just summarized. I think it's summarized at the beginning of a part, and then we were like, you know what happened after. What exactly happened before those, like, because we said we're like 3 months later, and we're like, no, what's happened at the beginning of those 3 months, because it's messed up. Oh yeah, we're still not done with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll let you beta read that part.
Yes.
Like, what did y'all do?
We keep cover stuff, and I'm like, why do I love writing it? It's a problem, but I love writing it. We recently did, because we did 2 choices. We were like, one person goes on the cover, and the other person goes on the cover. Both of them just doesn't go well. Neither one of them goes well. They both go right. It's just that like the case is solved, but the aftermath is different. Yeah, it's like what happens to the people and how do their significant others react.
Yeah. And this little segment is before everything goes horribly wrong. So,
it's like the start of everything.
Yeah, it's the reason why everything goes. It is. It actually is the one of the choices. Both of the choices, either way, it doesn't matter which one, is the reason why
everything happens.
Everything happens, and then it just goes down this horrible, horrible hill of it's bad, and like it's bad.
Yep.
It doesn't get any better. We can't wait to explaining. This is gonna be horrible too. But what kind of choices did those two make? You know what? Than anything else, we chose this. Violence.
You always do though.
Recording of the podcast in that one be like, hey, this one is just mostly straight up violence. Why did you choose violence? I don't know.
You choose violence every time, though.
I really do. Every day. We're going. I have a violent streak today. Let's write some violence. This is literally what happens.
We
Almost
literally like ask each other. It's like angst or fluff, depending on what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, look, angst. I feel angsty. I feel angsty today. I don't feel angsty today. We were writing fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
We wrote a little bit of both today. We wrote some.
It happens. You
wrote some
do
angst
occasionally write some.
Some good.
We do. It's not all angst, we promise.
Yes.
There's some good fluffy stuff coming up. Their honeymoon is very sweet. We did figure out things for them to do on their honeymoon besides.
Yes.
We have honeymoon, and I'm gonna go like Pride Month stuff.
Yeah, we gotta add some stuff. It'll be fun. We gotta throw some of that in there. Happy Pride. We haven't recorded since June.
Yeah,
so
happy Pride, everybody.
Yeah, we haven't recorded in like
That's
3 weeks because.
Oh my gosh.
No, seriously though, happy Pride to all of our
we mean,
listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We love all of you. Happy Pride. We're dead serious. But yeah, we haven't recorded in like 3 weeks. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be fun to do. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And where our little brains are at that. That'll be fun. Because we think of something to do on their honeymoon besides,
Well,
yeah,
there
cuddles.
are things.
Besides
There
cuddles.
are things people do besides that.
Yeah. We can't write that the whole time. And we gotta throw that in there again, but like not.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
definitely.
You can't write like smart the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it is blissful, we can't do it the entire time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That much, but jeez. Writing Barson's Fight is kind of fun because they very blissfully enjoy it and they listen to each other and talk through it. Because we were like, we had to make sure we were doing it right when we wrote that.
Yeah.
We were like, does this sound good to you?
We did it. We did it with another couple recently.
We did.
You'll love that one for a little while, but
you'll love that one though.
So much fun.
Yeah,
I will.
We took a little different approach to that one, but it's still good.
But it's like approach that Canon has said.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about, don't you?
Yes.
It'll be good. You'll love it.
Yeah.
It should be in the next chapter, actually. Should be.
Maybe not this one, but
maybe the next one. I don't know how long this one will be. Sometimes chapters are long. Sometimes
isn't that the truth?
It's like, when do we stop?
Yeah, because sometimes they're 2,000 words, and then sometimes they're 20,000 words.
Oh yeah.
Because we did that a lot during the trial part of because we're like, I don't feel like this is a good end spot. Let's keep going until it feels good.
Yeah, but like because like
Olivia's
a trial,
there's never no.
There's never a good spot to end it. Like a trial, a dream. There's never a good
Olivia's dreams are like that too. Like we have like a whole there's several little docs of Olivia's dream, but like we keep adding to it. So like
too many
complete storyline. We published that, so it'd be so long because we're like, it's gonna be like 50,000 words.
I feel like you guys are already. I feel like this is gonna be a novel by the time you're finished.
It is.
It's a very long novel. It is, but like we love telling that story.
Like, we do.
It's crazy how we like get up in the morning and be like, all right, who's writing? Who wrote something while I was gone?
Yeah, Terryn will do stuff while I'm at work, and I'll come back and be like, "What did you do?"
Oh, while you're asleep, you'll be like, I really do. I used to write really bad angst too. I should go to sleep. She would
I wake up.
A lot of feel like really bad angst is me at like 1 a.m. when Cal's gone to sleep.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I'm like, what did you do?
I'm like, I do it while you're asleep on purpose because I don't watch your reaction to it. I'm like, surprise. And you're like, what did you do?
You're like, I go to sleep and I wake up to complete chaos.
I do every morning. I do pick up my phone and go, open the Google Doc. What happened today?
Yep.
Oh man, I do that every day. That's hilarious. That is how I start my morning. I pick up my phone. I look at Twitter, and then I look at the doc. That is my day. And so that is our living. It's Google Docs. If Google Docs wasn't free, they should sponsor us.
Yeah, seriously.
But it's free.
It's free, and mine is almost.
But it's free.
We do have a sponsorship from Anchor. We do. I recorded it on my own, but Anchor did sponsor this podcast, so thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring us. We have like $1.
Yeah, my favorite Wicked podcast used Anchor too, and I almost had a freak out. I was like, oh my god, we do it too.
We do it too. It's a fairly good tool. I love it. for free. It does everything it should do. I just wish it was a bit easier to edit, but I don't get to. I mean, I guess they pay me to complain about them. I'm sorry. I guess they pay us to tell if they're wrong.
I still haven't figured out how to edit.
Yeah, that's what I am most of the time. Sometimes I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. If we couldn't afford you, we'd probably pay an editor, but cannot afford that.
But
so. Doing it myself is fine most of the time.
You channel your inner jet every time you edit.
I really do. I sit there and go, yep, today's the day. Time to go edit. Which I'll probably do. What day is today? Sunday. Now it's Sunday.
It's Sunday
well, it's Sunday for you. It's still Saturday for me.
It's Sunday for me. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
But
what else do you want to talk about? We're at an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, what do I want to talk about? I mean, I do.
This is what happens. We don't have a list.
Yeah, exactly.
No list.
I mean, it's if it were me doing it, I know what I was what I've been thinking the whole time when we were talking earlier. I don't know why it just came into my brain, but I would love a scene where, I think it's probably because of what I said before, but I would love a scene where Nick finds out about Elliot, and just to see his reaction. Please. And even to see his reaction of what happened between Liv and Barbara, even
everyone literally knows.
Just to see his reaction to the whole thing.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, Steph is the biggest Barbara and Amaro fan.
Yes.
Yeah, she keeps it straight when we're working on stuff. She'll be find a way to. Man, we should have done that. We messed up. We should have invited Amaro to the wedding, but that was we didn't.
Should have.
There's so many other characters we could have included in the wedding, but then didn't because
we literally just did everybody that was there for the trial.
Yeah, we could have added more people, but
I mean,
we'll find a way to let everyone be informed.
We have to write. We have to write Amaro. We have to write Garland. We want to write Kat somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the above.
No, maybe at some point we'll do they're hey, we got married. We accidentally didn't tell everyone. Let's have a party. I don't know. They might do something like that. I don't know.
That's what my brother did in real life.
Oh my gosh.
It's doable. Surprise, we got married, even though half the people were here already knew that. But we want to tell you.
No, my brother legit just got married during COVID, and then a year later he told everybody and had a big party. So yeah.
A year later? Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was literally a year later, dead on the date a year later. Yep. Yeah. So fun times.
It's doable. We might actually do that because we gotta include Reagan. We gotta include Munch. We gotta include so many people. We gotta include in this wedding party. We'll actually do this at some point.
But my whole point in saying that is you should totally write that.
We need I need a canon Kat and Jet scene because
they would have been great. Yes, they would have been best together. They would be, but then that would be incredible.
Yeah, seriously though, I could spend probably a whole 2-hour episode just talking about Nick.
We should. Yes. We have summer, the summertime. We don't have episodes. We have stuff to do.
We should do that. That would be a fun episode to do. Just do a character
analysis. Yeah, character analysis.
Character analysis on him.
On every character.
I mean, we could do it on every character, but have me guest when you do him.
Yeah.
Because we all know that I have probably overanalyzed.
Yeah.
That way too overanalyzed him, probably.
If we ever do a crazy episode, we got 2 guests that we gotta call up.
Yeah, well,
we got some people gotta call up, but hey, you want me on the podcast? I don't know when we're gonna record it, but it'll happen.
Well, you can use them for crazy, and you can use me for Nick, because I don't think there's anybody else that probably has tried to analyze him analyzed him that much and that many times. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows how much I've analyzed that one elevator scene.
Yes, you do.
But that is a whole other topic on itself.
Yes, man. Should have watched that episode too.
Oh gosh, yes. I just watched it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, you were talking to you were like, I'm watching that episode. Like, guess what episode I'm watching? We're like,
Are we really all
October
shocked
surprise.
by this stuff?
I almost watched it too, and I was like,
Are we all really shocked by that?
No.
Oh yeah, and I'll let you guess what episode I watched after that, but
Was it December Solstice?
no. Mm-mm.
I need to watch that because I feel in my Barson feels.
Yeah, I need to watch that again, but no, it wasn't that one.
What did you watch? Oh, your favorite, the one I can't ever pronounce because I have
yes, that one, the one you can never pronounce.
Padre Sanguine. I don't know.
Something like that.
Because also the fact when I was learning Spanish in high school, I had braces.
Yeah.
So when I was learning how to pronounce words, I can't execute it anymore.
I can't pronounce it either. I just call it that. 1612.
Yeah. Some of them I just know. I memorized them, but this one, like, I don't remember the number. I just know.
I just call it 1612 because everybody knows what that is.
Oh, I forgot Kalli was disconnected. She just texted and said that.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. Hold on. We gotta turn this back on. Oops. Ooh. Okay. Kalli should be able to join back now.
Hopefully.
That's the feature I really hate about this app is that you can't, if you close the link, you can't rejoin it.
Oh, I know.
You have to make another one. Anchor, please fix this.
I hate that my through a gymnastics podcast and we used Anchor and the same thing happened to us. Yeah. Yes, our podcast lasted about it was 3 episodes maybe. I don't even know. And then we were like,
podcast.
Then just like life got in the way and so
I was better. We were better about scheduling when I was in school.
Seriously.
So I had daytime availability. No, it's like
I'm better at scheduling things when I'm in school, honestly, because like when I'm not.
I'm still in school, almost done.
We're almost done.
Soon.
We have talked for like 2 hours. I don't know if we can go on almost 2 hours. I don't think we can go on for.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So literally, this is why the season finale episode is 2 parts because we were like, you know what, I'm not even done yet. SVU itself was 2 hours.
Yeah, seriously.
This is why we record like as soon as I get home from work.
You do. Normally it's during the daytime, but I have not had daytime availability in like 3 weeks.
I know, right?
Because I like have rehearsals and stuff, so I haven't had afternoon.
Yeah, seriously though.
I don't have the show is not till next month.
Yeah.
Almost a month out.
There we go.
It is a month out. Never mind. It is exactly a month out.
It is a month, yeah.
Do we have anything else specific to say, or
I don't know. I don't know. What we say about? I guess we were supposed to have Barson talk, but we kind of haven't done that. But we could go on that for like an hour.
We've been just like talking about everything for
everything.
Like.
This is literally how we have no list to go.
We could just call this everything, nothing, and everything for right now.
Nothing and everything will literally be the title probably.
Everything and nothing with Steph.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then like next time we could do actual
crap. Yeah. I never get to give a description for the podcast episode. Most of the time, I'm like, what did we talk about?
We talked about the cast stuff. Like,
but I write it down later. This will be a later problem.
This is a later problem.
Yeah, when I'm like, what should I put in the description of this episode? You have to put something there.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, you need to put a description.
We'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Not a problem. But like,
you just call it Ramblings with Steph. I don't know.
So,
we should call it something goofy. But Kalli was the one who titled the last episode. I was like, what are we gonna call this?
Because it was.
Yeah, we should just call it Pain. No description. My favorite one is still. Some of them are really funnily titled because we were like, I got nothing.
Like when I did not when I didn't read the description of it, I just saw the title, the Kalli with the finale one. I was like, what are you trying to do to everybody?
It was. We just didn't know what we were like. We can't tell you what kind of pain because people have to watch the episodes.
Yes. No, well, I mean, but then when I realized it was about the finale, I'm like, oh yeah, now I know why she said that.
Pain. All we know is pain.
No, I know why it's called Pain, but no.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I think I called it unconditional love and
Yeah,
unsuspecting.
you
Faith.
did.
No, you
You
didn't even
did.
call it that. It's just unconditional and unsuspecting.
Unconditional
Oh.
and unsuspecting.
You didn't have
That's
love in
what
the
you
title.
Okay, well,
used.
Well, screaming for multiple reasons is a funny title. Why did I write
Oh
that? I don't know.
gosh,
I
that
guess
one
it was
was so
screaming.
funny.
That was a funny one. We went all things Barson like 4 times.
Yeah, it is. You have 4 parts of it. Trust
There's
me.
probably
I've
another one
listened
at
to all
some point.
4.
because we don't stop talking about it.
No, literally
Yeah,
every day.
seriously.
Stop.
We should just do an entire episode where we play music
You can.
from our
We should be able to
stories.
do that, but I think I can't put the music in until after. But we could talk about the music.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's no. You can't do that on the mobile version, and you can't send links on the website version. That is
Weird.
why
Jeez.
you can't send a link. You can open the link on a laptop, but you can't send one. So like, it's kind of silly, and it's just like, what am I doing? So then I've opened it on a laptop because sometimes things just don't work, and we're just like, yeah. But you know, Anchor, you get on that, please. Thank you. Yep. So we'll actually plan next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Write a plan because my little brain doesn't remember anything I just said in the past hour. We'll come up with a reasonable plan.
After 1 a.m.
And that's not in the middle of the night.
We can write an actual plan and an actual
yeah, because we have a bullet list with like sub points. Like that's literally how we actually.
Yes, exactly.
It's even with emojis too, because we do it on our phones. We're like, it's like my favorite part.
Oh, we should do that. Totally.
All right, this was fun.
It was fun.
This is fun.
Yes, it was so fun. So we'll have an actual plan next time. But it actually was really fun to talk about anything and everything because that's what happened.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Steph.
Yes, thank you, Steph. We're so happy.
Well, thanks for having me. It was so much fun, and thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. So, anything else before we go? Because I just turn it off and then it just ends. I don't know. No one did.
I don't have anything. Thank you for listening.
Me neither.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.